This is called the ice lab, and you're going to figure out how much energy it takes to melt ice. And you're going to do this with maturity and respect. Don't eat the ice, don't throw the ice, don't put the ice on each other's person, or any of the other things you can think of that I can't. So do it as if you are a lab person in a lab. Handle it with maturity. Okay, the first thing you're going to do is find the mass of your empty styrofoam cup and the lid. It should, well, I guess it doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to have the lid on it, but weigh it the same way every time. So if you have the lid on it this time, then make sure you have the lid on it every time. And then it says measure approximately 100 milliliters of hot water. It doesn't have to be exact because we're going to take its mass anyway. So the mass of the empty cup goes here, and then when you get the 100 milliliters of hot water, you're going to have to get that from the back corner sink because I don't think your faucets have hot water. So go to the back corner back by my office door, and that sink back there has hot water, and get hot water there. It doesn't have to be heated up, it just has to be hot. Then weigh the cup with that in it. Again, if you had the lid on it, then keep the lid on it. And then subtract, and that'll give you the mass of the hot water. Then take the temperature of the water, and that goes here. Remember, you should be measuring one estimated place. You really have to do that carefully because otherwise sometimes you don't get enough of a change to actually see a difference. So make sure you do one estimated place. So you should be to the 10th place. So that's going to get us up to number 3 in the procedure. Then you're going to get several ice cubes from the tray that the teacher will put out on the lab bench. Again, handle it with maturity. You're going to put those in your warm water or hot water, whatever you want to call it. Put your thermometer through the hole in the lid and stir until the temperature drops as far as you can get it. And I know it says about 0, but that's just telling you where about it will go to. Record the lowest temperature you can possibly get it to go to. And that goes right here, and again, that should be in the 10th place. Then subtract the initial temperature minus the temperature it went to, and you will have the change in temperature, and that will go here. Then when you've gotten the lowest possible temperature you can get it to go to, you weigh it again, and that's going to go here. And then you subtract off the weight of the cup from up above, and that goes here. And then if you take the mass of the cold water and the mass of the hot water and subtract them, that'll tell you how much of that water actually came from the ice itself, and that goes here. Then you come down to number 1, and you're going to do number 1 based on the hot water. So you're talking about the mass of the hot water, the specific heat of water, and the change in temperature of the water. Find that, and then flip over to the back. When you do this, by the way, that's going to give you joules. And remember, sig digit, and if it's a big number, put it in scientific notation. Then come over to the back here, and I'm in the wrong place, sorry. There we go. It says calculate the energy required to melt 1 gram of ice. You have already calculated the Q on number 1. You're going to use that Q from number 1 for your Q over here. And you're solving for H, and you know your mass of your ice. Solve for H. Now, what we're doing here is we're trying to prove the heat of fusion of ice is 334 joules per gram. So if you did this right, hopefully you'll come out somewhere near that 334, because we're trying to prove that. Then do the percent error, and the 334 is your book value. And that'll be your trial 1. Then go back and do the whole experiment over again for trial 2. When you get the percent error from it, then hopefully you'll have a good one out of the 2. Then come down here and answer 4, 5, and 6. When you're done with that, turn it in. Remember, maturity is the word for the day.